We welcome you to this broadcast of boys varsity basketball on NKTelco Sports. We are at the Botkins Athletic Complex where the Minster Wildcats will take on the Botkins Trojans. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Winners Meats, and NKTelco. I'm Dave Helmstetter, and alongside me tonight, Jeff Henchen. And it's game number one for the Botkins Trojans on their home floor, and we're chatting about that before the game. They have a lot of teams in football that played in deep into the tournament, so the Trojans starting a little bit later than normal, but it's an interesting matchup between really a couple of young teams.
Yeah, you're right. Botkins had games against Minster. This one's rescheduled. Fort Loramie and also Murray Local. All those teams had football success, which pushed the early games back. So Botkins, their first game, although they get opened up at home, they graduated a lot last year. They lose playmaker Jacob Plyman, could do it all over. Outside shooter Jamison Meyer, and a very good Dylan Top of a team that made it to regional semis. So they've got some big shoes to fill. They'll rely on the elder Plyman, the middle Plyman of the bunch, Carter Plyman, the senior, to carry the load. They're going to face a Minster team that only has 3 seniors on the squad. They're hurt. They've got some guys right now not playing, so they're going to have to work through. They got some younger kids they're going to count on to earn some big-time minutes in a heartbeat against a very good Botkins team over the past couple years is bringing a lot of confidence to the table. But for the Wildcats, you know, they're going to have their hands full. It's their third game of the year. They did get a couple games in last week. And again, they're both going to rely on either young classmen or some inexperience to help carry them through this season.
We'll be back with our starting lineups and our keys to the game here on NKTelco Sports in just a moment. Minster and Botkins boys basketball coming up next on NKTelco Sports.
I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital, with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
And we're about to have the introductions of our starting lineups here tonight, Botkins and Minster here on NKTelco Sports. And boy, Jeff, when you look at this game, Minster missing 2 starters in Steffi and Niemeyer. Steffi was an all-leaguer, and Niemeyer was a very competent player, really coming on strong at the end of the season as a freshman.
Yes, both of them were freshmen last year, and they're being counted on this year as sophomores to help be big contributors. And Steffi was able to get 1 game in last week against Houston, a victory. He scored 12 points, but couldn't go Saturday night, and Niemeyer missed both games, so those injuries are key as they're young to begin with and missing a couple big guys, if you will, to help them out this year.
And the introduction of our starting lineup. Starting lineups, as always, brought to you by Emerson Climate Technologies. Number 4, sophomore Cole Richard. At number 14, a senior Dylan Watercutter, 5'10", averaging 4.5 points per game. Number 20, Logan Cooney, a senior, averaging 6.5 points per game. Number 32, another junior, Caleb Sharp, averaging 3.5 points per game. And number 42, a freshman, Cole Albers at 6'7", and Cole is averaging 10 points per game. And of course, the Wildcats coached by Michael McClurg. And now for the home team. Botkins Trojans, as always, the lights go down, and the starting lineups will be introduced. 25-3 a year ago, the Botkins Trojans, under head coach Phil Groves, nothing like high school basketball. Trying to get things rolling here on a Monday night. Rylan Paul, a junior at 5'10", number 2. Number 3, a junior, J.J. Meyer. Number 21, a senior, Brant Berger at 6'2". Now come the 2 returning starters for the Trojans from last season's squad. Number 24, junior Jordan Herzog at 6'4". And of course, the leader of the Botkins Trojans, a senior guard at 6'5", Carter Plyman, number 0. So it's Plyman, Paul, Meyer, Berger, and Herzog for the Botkins Trojans. And now let's move over to our keys to the game. Jeff Henshin for the visiting Minster Wildcats, 1-1 on the season. Keys for the Wildcats tonight.
Well, Coach McClurg stressed they need to be able to handle the basketball. They expect some pressure. You don't want to turn the ball over. You want to make sure you have control of it, get good shots. Limit Plyman, they mentioned earlier, he's a returning stud, if you will, for the past couple of years. He's played great minutes for the Trojans. They want to limit him and control the glass, box out, limit them to one and done. And for head coach, Phil Groves, they need to play solid defense, no second chance points, and allow the defense to help the offense, meaning pressure, get some steals, maybe get something in transition, get some easy looks offensively, and manage the new experiences. Learn as we go. This is a younger squad tonight this season. Just a couple returning starters, but some guys are going to have to play some big minutes. Good start for the Trojans.
And they go up 3-0 as Brant Berger connects on the 3. Boy, and Trojans going to come right at Minster here in the early going, Jeff.
Well, they know they're young, and they're going to force them to make some plays, and they do come up with a first turnover of the game.
With the basketball, Paul back out to Meyer. Over to Berger. Plyman out front. Carter Plyman. Part a couple of tremendous basketball teams. Probably the most experienced player on the Trojans squad. 6'5", he'll scoop the basketball up. Berger is on the right side. He'll go to the baseline as Plyman puts up the jumper. Shot no good. Berger is there, but battle for the rebound. And
tough shot by Plyman on the baseline, and he's trying to create one off the dribble. And for the Minster Wildcats, they get the held ball possession, so they do clear a one and done against the Trojans. But Plyman, again, he's going to be a guy they're going to look for to help get their offense started and do a lot of things for them. Maybe not always scoring, but distributing the basketball.
Wildcats do a nice job of breaking the press that time. And they'll work it into the lane goes number 20, and that's Logan Cooney. And Cooney will, nice running right-handed shot.
I thought it was Clark Kent.
I know. Do you like those glasses?
Yes.
Those are cool.
Cooney with the bucket, 6'2" senior.
Out front, there's Meyer. Shot off the front of the iron, no good.
Caleb Sharp is going to be whistled for the foul, but the Trojans are going to have another look at it here in this possession.
Trojans will inbound it. Berger gets it into Meyer. He'll go back to Berger. Berger in the corner. All the way back over to Paul. Paul will run the cut inside. Kleiman inside the arc at the free throw line. Back out Berger. Brant Berger.
And that was a little distance, Dave. That wasn't on the three-point line. He was about probably 3-4 feet beyond it, but he is 2 for 2. Is Brant Berger to start the ball game.
There's the turnover. Open is Paul. Shot off the front of the iron. It's going to go out of bounds. And Jordan Herzog tried to plead the Botkins case, but it's going to be Minster basketball.
That will allow the Trojans, though, to set up in their 2-2-1 press. It's basically created 2 quick turnovers here in the first couple minutes of action against the Minster offense.
Up court it comes. Albers back over to the right side, and Richard. He'll take the shot. Cole Richard will connect.
Assist to Cole Albers, the big man. Got the ball down the court, dribbled in enough to draw some defense. Recognized Cole Richard was open, threw him a crisp pass in rhythm. Richard buries the triple.
4 out of 11 from behind the arc for Richard. 6-5 our score. 1-point lead. Kleiman turn around. Up and in, and Minster coach Michael McClurg, I think, wanted.
The ball got knocked out of his hand, so I don't know how you can travel if you don't have it. It looked like he was going up to shoot it. They kind of, in that rotation or that movement, lost the handle, so it looked funny, but I don't think he traveled because he had lost the ball.
And with it now is Cooney back over to the left side. Got a whistle on foul away from the basketball as number 1. Colin Dosick will come into the lineup for Botkins.
Colin Dosick, one of the rare support players, Dave, as you mentioned, that didn't play JV, if I'm correct.
That's right. There were only 6, well, the starting 5 of the varsity game, and Dosick were the players who did not play the junior varsity in the junior varsity contest tonight that are on the Botkins roster. So,
and you can play 6 quarters a night now, so a couple of those guys got a couple quarters of JV, and then they have 4 full quarters to play here.
Sharp, a little bit short. Watercutter with a rebound. And Richard.
Cole Richard for the Cats and Berger for the Trojans, each with 2 made 3-pointers here in the first quarter. We're knotted up at 8.
Kleiman with the basketball. Over to the left side, Dosick. Back out front, Berger. Over to the left side, there's going to be a foul in the backcourt. That's going to go against Minster.
Number 32, Caleb Sharp. That's his second foul. So a quick sub for the coach McClurg. There's Ian Holman, Dave, a 6'3 sophomore, played some varsity last year into the Wildcats.
Holman had extensive playing time for Minster last season. Paul with it in the right side, tries to move inside against Watercutter. There's the short jumper. No good. Rebound shot, Herzig, no good. Rebound comes down to Holman. Wildcats up court. Boy, they got a couple of big guys inside. Albers, turnaround. Cole Albers, and the freshman, averaging 10 points per game, puts the shot up and in.
He posted up well, but Cole Richard gave him a beautiful pass where he needed it, allowed Albers to go to work. He kisses it off the backboard, like you said, and a nice offensive set for the Cats.
And Kleiman will draw the foul. Cooney says, hey, I didn't do that.
Yeah, he was trying to just stay straight up, but maybe a little out of vertical is the best I can say. Tough break for Cooney. Picks up his first foul, team's third.
And Carter Kleiman will step to the line. Solid numbers last year, 10 points per game, 5 assists, 6 rebounds, 2.5 steals.
And that was as a junior. As a sophomore, also contributed on that state championship team. Last year's team made it to the regional semifinals, but he's played major minutes in his career here at Botkins and helped the team lead, 2 great seasons, a state championship and a very fine regional runner-up last season.
With it is Holman. Holman back over to Cooney. Back out front it goes to Richard. He'll direct the traffic. Pass goes to the wing and Watercutter out front looking for Albers, but the pass will be taken away by Plyman. Meyer.
Good backside defense by the Trojans. They read the lob pass into Albers and made an easy steal.
Into the lane, Herzog off balance. Grant Flora, number 14, into the lineup for Botkins.
And he picks up the illegal screen or the moving pick.
That's a player control foul called on Botkins, number 14, Grant Flora. That's his first, the team's third.
Saw Flora in the junior varsity contest tonight. He had 6 points in the third quarter. And there's a nice move inside by Cooney.
Took it up with one hand. It looked pretty, but boy, there's a little bit of contact. You want to be strong with it. He was able to hold on with the one hand and, more importantly, kiss it off the bankboard.
Lyman's 3, no good. Battle for the rebound.
Foul on Minster. Or, I'm sorry, Botkins number 1.
That foul is called on Botkins, number 1, Dosick. That's his first.
Dosick will pick up the foul. That's his first. Flora will go out. Berger will come in. Rylan Paul into the lineup as the Trojans with 2:31 to go here in the quarter substitute. 12-10 on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Minster with the early lead as the Wildcats recover from that tough start. Jumper by Watercutter is good.
Kind of mishandled the pass from Cooney, but boy, able to recover, Dave. And Dylan Watercutter hits the 15-footer. The catcher shooting very well from the field. Have only missed one shot.
Ball goes out of bounds, and Lyman loses control of it, so Minster will inbound it. As Noah Schwederman, a freshman, will come into the game. Also another player we saw in the junior varsity game. He got into foul trouble.
I think he had 4 in the first 2 quarters he played.
Let's see what the Wildcats do. They're up by 4 as we go under 2 minutes here on NKTelco Sports. First quarter basketball.
Cats, Dave, 6 of 7 from the field here early in the game.
Watercutter. That makes you look pretty good. Holman muscles in. I think he took an extra step.
Yeah, or else he was going to, if he could have held on and avoided travel, I think he was going to pick up a foul against Plyman, but the travel definitely looked like it happened first.
Yeah, he moved his feet. 4-point Minster lead. Ball back over to Berger, right side Meyer. Meyer looks inside, Herzog at the free throw line. Paul will have it. He goes to his left. Back out front to Meyer. Clock coming up on a minute. Got a whistle and a foul. It's going to be against Minster's number 34. That'll be Noah Schwederman.
He's picking up where he was at the JV game. That'd be number 5, right?
Yeah, he's out.
But the fouls don't carry over, so just the first foul against the freshman 6'3" Noah Schwederman. Good play by Cooney.
Cooney with it. Open. Shot no good. Ball tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay with Minster. That's about the toughest shot you can take for Cooney.
He made a great play defensively and maybe worked himself into a very low percentage shot. But nonetheless, they keep possession. That's a higher percentage shot.
That'll work as Cooney will get the score. Minster up by 6.
I think it's the glasses.
It's the glasses.
Clark, I called him Clark Kent earlier. There's a foul on Minster, but the guy from the Lakers, Rambis. Is that right?
Yeah, Curtis Rambis? There
oh, boy.
Kurt Rambis. There you go. He owns them, doesn't he now? Part owner, I should. Or no, he's in the front office staff. That's it.
That Minster foul was on Dylan Watercutter, number 14. His first, team's 5th.
And the basketball comes to Plyman. Plyman back over to Meyer. Meyer gets it in the corner to Paul. Paul trying to make the move inside. On him, Watercutter. They'll bring it back out. They'll move it to the corner. Inside it goes. Plyman's playing down low now. Back out to Berger, open for three, not this time. Rebound, and that is Grant Flora. He'll go to the floor. Foul will go against Ian Holman.
His first, team sixth.
32 seconds on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Kleiman rolls low, then they're going to bring it out. Berger's got an open shot, it doesn't go. Rebound to Schwieterman. Shoots it up to Cooney. Back over to right side, Watercutter. Cooney will have it, he'll direct the traffic. Watercutter now with the basketball. Ryland Paul will guard him closely. Clock coming down, we're under 10 as you can see. Watercutter back out, there's the three by Richard, shot is short. Kleiman had the rebound, it's going to go off of him. Goes out of bounds, and Minster will have another opportunity here with 1.5 seconds.
Time for a catch and a shoot, just not a lot of time for it.
They tried to go inside to Cooney again.
Illegal screen. Cole Richard, his first foul, team seventh. Will not be a free throw shooting opportunity because it's a player control, or in this case, team control.
Here's Kleiman with the shot. First quarter is over. Our score, Minster 16, Botkins 10. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Kemmler Orthopedic Center is focused on a personalized, caring approach to treat all aspects of orthopedics, including total joint replacement, shoulder reconstruction, stem cell injections, and more. Dr. James Kemmler and Jed Cooney, certified PA, are dedicated to providing the best orthopedic care in the Grand Lake region. Kemmler Orthopedic Center has offices located in Salina and Van Wert, along with extended evening hours. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-586-5760.
Minster Wildcats survive that little initial pressure defense from Botkins, maintained their composure. They got a 6-point lead.
Yeah, you think about it, the game opened with Botkins hitting a three-point basket and then a quick turnover by Botkins, Minster against Botkins. Long story short, you're right, they survived that first minute of action and have rebounded nicely, and rebound may be a key word. They've done a nice job, 3 offensive rebounds. They've also shot the ball very well, 7 of 10 from the field in the first quarter.
Shot no good by Herzog. Albers clears it for the Wildcats. They'll come up court.
Minster 7 of 10 in the first quarter. Botkins 3 of 12 first quarter shooting. Now 3 of 13 on the miss by Herzog.
Wildcats looking pretty sharp here in quarter number 1.
Good things happen when you can score. No doubt about it. Everything seems to look better. Tough shot.
Richard, fadeaway, no good.
Off balance, got him off balance a little bit. Chance here for the Trojans to get a rare opportunity where Minster hasn't scored in their possession to put some points on the board. They've had to work hard and have not been able to shoot the ball at a high percentage.
Dosick, got it. Colin Dosick.
Assist from Kleiman, bucket for the 5'8 sophomore. That's their third three-point bucket of the game. They're 3 for 9 from three-point shooting. And there's a foul against Botkins, number 24, Herzog.
Herzog guilty of the personal. That'll be his second.
Team's 5th.
And number 42, a sophomore, Colton Kleiman, will enter the game for the first time with 6:49 to go here in the first half of play. He had 11 points in the junior varsity contest.
Minster hit on 2 of 4 three-point buckets in the first quarter. Both those made by Cole Richard. That's him with the basketball right now.
Watercutter back over to Cooney. Kleiman on him. They'll work the perimeter. Richard with it. Out front to Watercutter. Cooney circles around, has the ball on the right side. To the baseline on Berger. shoots it to the corner. Turnaround jumper by Schwederman, no good. Rebound comes down to Plyman. Inside goes Carter, and he'll draw the foul from Cole Albers, the 6'7" freshman. You know, it's interesting that Colton Plyman comes back into the game. That does allow Botkins to put a little bit more muscle inside, as Colton, big, strong kid, may allow him to do some other things. As the free throw is good by Carter Plyman.
Carter Plyman now 3 for 3 from the free throw line. And you mentioned Colton, the bigger, big, strong kid. Yes, he is. That's also the youngest sibling here of Carter and his oldest brother, Jacob, playing at Tiffin University, Division II college basketball. But those three, Jacob had a fine career here at Botkins, and now it's left up to Carter and Colton to finish the run for the Plyman boys.
Cooney inside, jumper no good.
Sharp on the
Caleb
turnaround
Sharp.
jumper. Yeah, Caleb Sharp, tough turnaround jumper, but looks like Botkins will keep possession of it. Plyman gets the foul. Colton Plyman, his first, team 6th.
16-14 our score on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. 5:56 to go here in the first half of play. Albers, he'll have it. Sharp goes inside. They get it back out to Cooney. Loose basketball. Dosick has it. He'll somehow maintain control, but it's still loose. And Meyer will pick it up and score. J.J. Meyer. And Minster says, we got to have a timeout. We are tied. Botkins 16, Minster 16. Timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
We are here, and here, and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Minster will have the basketball. Coach Michael McClure takes the timeout. Botkins ties it up. Scramble for the loose basketball, and the Trojans end up. Meyer ends up with a bucket. Foul in the backcourt.
Against Meyer, his first, team 7th. Free throws coming up. That last bucket by Botkins, you mentioned the scramble for the ball. That was a turnover that Minster committed, and Dosick came up with it in a kind of a flurry of activity. The ball ended up in J.J. Meyer's hands. He was able to score, but nonetheless, points off turnovers for the Trojans.
Cooney misses the free throw. Dosick Paul will grab the rebound.
After such good shooting for Botkins, or for Minster in the first quarter, 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 1 from the free throw line to start the second quarter.
In the middle, it goes to Colton Plyman. Back out to Meyer.
Trojans here, Dave, in the second quarter, they had a free throw, a 2-point bucket, and a 3-point bucket for their 6 points.
Meyer will have it. He puts it back out to Paul. Plyman comes in, comes back out. Dosick gets the ball to him as Paul goes to the corner. Dosick, nice feed inside to Plyman. And it's going to be a foul. I think it's going to go against Albers.
Sharp, no, Caleb Sharp, number 32,
Sharp.
His third foul. Tough break for Caleb Sharp, I should say, picking up his third foul.
And off the Botkins bench, number 21, Brant Berger. He'll come back in for Meyer. as Colton Plyman will step to the free throw line. Leaves it short. Schwieterman with the rebound. Cooney. Richard puts it on the floor looking for Albers. Tipped out of bounds there by Botkins. As Watercutter will inbound it. Albers, Watercutter with the basketball into the lane against Dosick. And for a brief moment, the Trojans almost had a turnover.
Yeah, it would have been another TO. Botkins can't quite come up with a clean handle, so fortunately for Minster, they get a break here. They need to get a bucket here. It's been almost 4 minutes. They haven't scored yet here in the second quarter. And
this is where you miss a couple of guys that are pretty experienced, unfortunately, for the Wildcats.
And when you say experienced, they're only sophomores, but they played valuable minutes as freshmen to, you know, get a lot of action and experience and pretty good athletes.
Cooney. Rebound, Schwieterman. Plyman will clear the board. And that's Carter Plyman who'll bring it up court. Paul, Berger, shot no good. Rebound, Richard. Cole Richard handling the basketball back out to Cooney.
Albers and Plyman going at it. Battles of number 42s banging each other inside, and this one will go against Colton Plyman, the second foul for him.
Boy, they're really going at each other.
Yeah, and I don't, you know, it's, I guess you got to call something. Albers was definitely working it, using the body. Plyman battling back, trying to gain position, but yeah, there's quite a bit of body. We'll see how that progresses here, maybe at the other end as well.
The official said something to Albers when he handed him the basketball. I'd love to know what he said. Free throw is just a little bit short. Rebound comes down to Paul.
So the shooting woes for the Wildcats so continue to hamper them here in the second quarter.
Berger into the lane, shot no good. Everybody's cooling off now. It almost had to be. It was a pretty fast-paced first quarter.
Well, 16-10 lead for the Wildcats. They did so on 7 of 10 shooting and made a couple three-pointers in there as well, but not much here going right offensively for the Wildcats in the second period.
Turnover him. Carter Plyman, 17-footer, shot no good. Loose basketball. It's going to come down to Richard. Cole Richard up court. We are tied at 16 all on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Cooney back over to Holman. Richard has it in the wing. Dosick on him. Richard from Wapakoneta connects.
That was well beyond the three-point line. That's his third made three-pointer of the night. He's 3 for 4, and big bucket for the Wildcats. Much-needed points.
And Elaine Plyman trying to dish it back out to Berger, and it's going to be a Botkins turnover as it finds the Minster bench.
It was the right idea. He drove in, and they collapsed on him. He just lost his balance a bit on the return pass out. 99 out of 100 times he makes that pass, and waiting for it was Berger, who was ready to shoot. So just did not execute. It's a dead ball turnover. So for Botkins, that's their first turnover of the quarter, their fourth of the game. Minster has already committed just one more at 5 turnovers.
Cooney, top of the arc. Holman. A little bit of miscommunication, and I think that's one of the things when early in the season results in a turnover for Minster. 19-16, Wildcats still hold the lead.
7 turnovers now for Minster, 4 in the first, 3 in the second, 7 in the game.
Herzog into the lane looking for Colton Plyman. Shot no good against Albers. Rebound comes down to Holman, and Cole Richard will bring it up court.
Boy, Herzog had a nice pass. Plyman caught it. Took him a bit to go up. He spun around, and that gave Albers a chance to defend vertically. Made a tough shot, or made it for a difficult shot.
Back over to Watercutter. He'll go inside. Shot no good. Gets his own rebound, but I think the foul will be on Watercutter. Dylan Watercutter really hustling that time, but gets the foul.
His second and team foul number 10. 2 shots now for the Trojans, the final 2 minutes, 6 seconds of the half.
19-16. Rylan Paul will step to the free throw line. 5'10" junior. And Brett Berger will come back in as Herzog will go out. So you got Colton and Carter Plyman inside to rebound. Free throw will roll home. And Paul picks up his first point of the season. Richard out front. Back over to Albers. Cooney. Albers, Richard. Minster being patient. Schwieterman back to Cooney. Cooney wants to go to the baseline, just loses it out of bounds.
8 turnovers now for the Wildcats, 4 in each quarter.
Checking back in for the Trojans, number 24, Jordan Herzog.
Herzog will come in for Paul. Plyman will walk it up court. Coming up on 90 seconds left here in the first half. Minster up by 2. Plyman, long 3, no good. Colton Plyman will grab the rebound. Got a whistle and foul will go against Logan Cooney, right? Yep.
Yeah, that's a tough call. Colton set a screen. Cooney tried to fight through it, and there was a lot of just not enough room, and I guess you whistle the foul on the defender as he kind of got, got in the way of, I believe, yes, got in the way of Carter Plyman. So Plyman, 2 free throws. He's 3 of 4. Make it 4 of 5 now in the game from the free throw line.
So Carter Plyman with 6 points. Free throw here can tie it up. Dosik's going to slide into that rebounding position. Plyman's second ties it up. Minute 17 to go.
Plyman with 7. Of those 7, 5 of 6 from the free throw line.
Richard battling Meyer. Schwieterman has it, looks inside for Holman. Albers gets it in there. Back out it goes to Schwieterman. Shot no good. Albers had it in his hands, but it comes off to Dosig. Up court, Meyer. Underneath the basket. It's going to go off of Meyer as the Minster defense hustling back stops the Trojans from taking the lead. 53 seconds to go on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Counting down, Richard has it. And Minster turnover as that finds the second row of the stands. Herzog in, Colton Plyman out. And the clock counting down, and Carter Plyman bringing the ball up. Straight man-to-man defense by Minster. Berger has it. And the foul will go against, is that Kepner?
Yes,
Andrew Kepner into the game. Leading scorer for Minster in the junior varsity contest.
Dosek Dave, a 5'8" sophomore, hit a 3-pointer in this quarter to help the Trojans eat into that deficit. And his free throw here gives them their first lead in a while. Remember, they opened up the game with a 3-point bucket.
So Colton Plyman comes back in. Second free throw, it rolls around and finds the net. 21-19.
5 points for Colin Dosek off the bench for the Trojans. All those coming here in the second quarter.
Albers out front with it. Clock coming up on 15 seconds. Ian Holman with it. Schwederman. Richard. Got to believe Cole Richard might be the guy to take this shot. Inside the lane. Shot doesn't fall. Kleiman up to Dosick, but the horn sounds, and that's going to end it for the first half of play. The Botkins Trojans 21, the Minster Wildcats 19. We'll be back, take a look at the stats and a recap of the first half. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable, and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NKTelco. Call today.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Back here at the Botkins Athletic Complex, it's the lid lifter for the Trojans, game number 1 of the season. They hold a 2-point lead over Minster. Trojans pushing a rally here late in the first half of play to take that 2-point lead. They started very well, a couple of shots from Brent Berger, and off and running they went. But Minster came right back.
It was kind of what you mentioned. Botkins got off to a nice start, and that was Minster for a long period of time. And about midway through the second quarter, Minster really did not score until a field goal late, a three-pointer, but Botkins kind of finished strong to take back the lead. So it's kind of been like a bookend for Botkins. They led well, played well, then they struggled, and then they scored enough at the end to take a 2-point lead. The difference really is at the free throw line. Botkins 8 of 10 from the free throw line. Minster 0 for 2. Other than that, field goal shooting for the Minster Wildcats, very good, 44%. They're 8 of 18 from the field. That includes 3 of 16 from beyond the arc. Botkins just 23% from the field, 5 of 21. They've only made 5 field goals. 3 of those were 3-point buckets, but the big difference is the free throw shooting, 8 of 10 for Botkins, and Minster, 5 more turnovers, 9 compared to 4, so it's taking some opportunities away for them to score with the turnovers.
And Minster will have the basketball. They'll go inside to Holman. Shot no good. Rebound to Plyman. He'll lead Paul. Shot no good. Rebound to Albers of Minster. 2-point Botkins lead. Richards from the sideline. Shot no good, and Plyman will grab the rebound.
Richard led the Minster Wildcats with 9 points in the first half. For Botkins, Carter Plyman 7, Colin Dosick with 5, and Brant Berger with 6 to lead the Trojans scoring.
Trojans going to work their offense a little bit here. There's this Rylan Paul. Back over to Herzog. He's looking for Dosick, or rather Dosick's in the lineup, number 1. Move inside there by Herzog. Shot no good. Water cutter.
I think he almost double dribbled. I'm not real sure what happened.
Took off the dribble. He got it to Cooney eventually.
What happened there?
That's a turnover, I think.
Stepped out of bounds?
Yep. Turnover, and Botkins will have the basketball. 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go. And they're going to keep the ball in the hands of Carter Plyman as they move it around the arc inside Dosick. 15-footer, shot no good. Rebound Albers. Just looking for somebody with some consistency on offense. Water cutter. There you go. The senior connects. He's got 5.
5 points. He had a field goal in the first quarter and now a three-pointer here in the third.
And Carter Plyman responds. Puts it off the glass.
And took contact, draws the foul. There was a lot of, upper body contact, but Plyman able to keep the ball off the glass high enough and draw the second foul against Cole Albers.
Carter Plyman now with 9 can go into double digits and does. Boy, you're talking about free throws. Those, as you noted, a big difference in this one.
Plyman 6 of 7 in the game. And as you mentioned, now in double figures with 10.
Water cutter goes inside to Holman. He lets Plyman go past him and puts it up and in.
Good ball presence there by Ian Holman, knowing to give the pump fake, wait for Plyman to go through, and then quickly, if you will, you got to get up quick once you're by. And once he's by, got to work, scored the ball.
Paul comes up with a loose basketball, misses the shot, tipped out. Berger will have it. Brant Berger, that is, number 21. Dosick to the corner. It goes to Herzog. Berger. He'll roll out to the corner. Herzog gets it over to Dosick. He'll shoot the 3. Shot hits the iron, but good hustle by Paul. Back out to Herzog. His shot no good. Or rather, Herzog with the rebound. Berger took the 3. Fight for the rebound inside, and the whistle is going to stop play.
It's been a nice possession. Watercutter picks up his 3rd foul, but a nice possession for the Trojans. Will now have their 4th look at the bucket here in this possession. So the offensive rebounding coming up big here in this chance. They've had the ball and a chance to score off of it. Nice pass.
Herzog gets it. Jordan Herzog, 6'4" junior, gives Botkins a 2-point lead.
Well executed. Carter Plyman knew he was going through the pass before he even got there, and beautiful pass and catch. Good score by the Trojans.
Richard, short jumper, gets the roll.
His first 2-point bucket, but they scored, Dave, in multiple looks at the bucket, getting an offensive rebound, and Richard puts it back for his 11th point of the game.
And we are tied at 26. Plyman wants to go into the lane, looks for Herzog. Herzog in trouble, back out to Plyman. He'll shoot the 3, just a little bit short. Rebound to Cooney. Here comes Richard. Front of the scorers table and the Minster bench. Albers comes out. Richard goes right. He'll shoot it. A little bit short. Herzog with the rebound. Substitutes in a moment here for Botkins as we hit the 4-minute mark. Plyman in the lane, puts it up, no good. Paul, or rather Herzog, somehow pushes it out, but it's going to go out of bounds. Trying to get the pass back out to Berger.
A lot of contact in that possession. I thought when Plyman went to the basket, there was contact. I don't know which way you wanted to call it. And then when Herzog got the offensive rebound, a lot of hands and just people around and ball moving back and forth, and the wild pass comes out as a turnover. Minster will give it right back. Pressure defense kind of causing that turnover, deflection, and Minster with 2 turnovers in the quarter. That's 11 in the game for Minster. For Botkins, 1 in the quarter and 5 turnovers in the game.
J.J. Meyer will toss it in for Botkins, trying to break this deadlock. Inside to Ryland Paul. Dosick stepped on the line, and that's a Botkins turnover. 3:43 to go, 3rd quarter action here on NKTelco Sports. Caleb Sharp, number 32, into the lineup. Cooney goes into the lane. Cooney. There's the feed to Albers as Sharp tried to get it inside, but...
Well, he did get it inside, but a quick power dribble was deflected by number 1, Colin Dosek. He caused the dribble to be botched up, and Albers ended up tipping it out of bounds. So good job by Colin Dosek, forcing the Minster turnover. Their third of the quarter, does it in the game. Nice pass.
Back to Plyman. He'll score. Colton Plyman off the bench. Assists Dosek.
Dosek did a nice job, drove baseline. Defense collapsed. And Colton Plyman there to score the bucket and pick up the foul on this end. Caleb Sharp for Minster, he's got to be careful. He has 3 fouls already. The screens he's setting out there, he's setting them and kind of like moving his hip out. Keep an eye on that.
Cole Richard will inbound it. That foul went against
Colton Plyman, his third.
And there's the steal by Herzog. Up court to Carter Plyman. He's going in. Shot doesn't fall. And a rebound comes down to Richard. And he tries to get it up court, and the foul will stop play. J.J. Meyer with the foul.
J.J. Meyer, his second, each team now with 2 fouls here in the second half.
28-26 on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Botkins. Boy, it's a real slugfest here in the third quarter.
A lot of activity, it's just been tough to get like a good flow going. There's just been some turnovers and fouls. The flow's not been very fluent, if you will. And Carter Plyman will pick up his first foul, third of the team.
Kind of attribute a lot of this to early season basketball, I think. Teams trying to figure out where people are supposed to be and just the flow of how you play. Richard, he'll go inside. He'll get it back out to Sharp. Sharp takes it in to Albers. Turnaround jumper doesn't go. Plyman, then Paul. Paul will have it. Meyer back over to Herzog. Into the lane. Boy, he'll draw the foul.
Sharp will pick up his fourth foul.
Watercutter is going to come back into the lineup along with Ian Holman.
Herzog, 2 points in the game. Those came here, I think, just the last possession when Dosek hit him on a nice bounce. No, that was when he hit Plyman, but Herzog a bucket. His only points of the game here in the third quarter, a chance to grow that or increase those.
Jordan Herzog, he'll step to the line. A year ago, averaged 3 points, 3.5 rebounds, and undoubtedly this season he'll be called upon to do more. 1 of 2 starters back for Botkins. Lifts the Trojans into a 3-point lead at 29-26.
3 points, I believe, has been the biggest lead for the Trojans. That was early in the game. Now this should be their biggest lead at 4.
Just get a sense that this might be a tipping point in this contest. Minute 59 to go, coming to the end of this third quarter. Let's see what the Wildcats do. Richard back to Cooney. Over to the left side. It goes. Watercutter. Back over to Richard. Cooney has it. Albers and Plyman battling inside. Herzog almost tipped that one inadvertently. It gets back to Holman. They'll bring it back out front to Cooney. Minster coach Michael McClurg shouting direction to his team. Richard on the right side, right in front of the Minster bench. Holman. Richard for 3. Shot no good. A rebound, Herzog.
Good defense by the Trojans. They limit the Wildcats just to the 1 shot.
Herzog wanted a foul. Shot a little bit short. Cooney, top of the key, looking for Albers. That's where it's going to go, but it's a turnover. Herzog will pick it up. 55 seconds. Third quarter. Meyer into some heavy traffic. Loose ball in the corner. timeout, Botkins. They're going to take a full timeout. So we'll take a break in the action as well. Botkins 30, Minster 26. All timeouts this season. Brought to you by Precision Strip. You are watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Together, we are family, working safely for our loved ones.
We are problem solvers who challenge the status quo and drive improvement.
We care about our customer relationships.
We stay true to our values, caring and respecting one another.
We embrace change as we journey through our career.
We are Precision Strip, the world's leading processor of rolled steel and aluminum.
Precision Strip, doing the exceptional.
At Wilson Health, we're extending care beyond the walls of the hospital with resources designed to keep you in charge of your health.
Our independence and connection to the community are unique in a world where big healthcare strives to act like corporations.
Our tools may be the same, but we are different.
We're neighbors, friends, and family who truly care about the people who live here.
We call it caring without limits, and it's just the beginning of a whole new Wilson Health.
Timeout taken by Botkins. They'll maintain possession of the basketball and they'll inbound it right next to their bench with 48 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And Botkins has worked very hard to get a 4-point lead over Minster.
Yeah, it's been a tough quarter, but they have outscored the Minster Wildcats 9-7 to open up a 2-point halftime lead to now a 4-point lead.
Herzog back over to Meyer. Goes back over to the right side at Herzog. Paul will bring it back out front. Looks like Botkins may go for the final shot.
Minster trying to put some pressure on him, if you will, double team in the half court.
Herzog tried to slip a pass past Dylan Watercutter, but he kicked it out of bounds, trying to get it to Colton Plyman. As Carter Plyman will inbound it now. Lob comes into Colton Plyman, back over to Carter.
Nice bounce.
Colton Plyman, shot block, gets his own rebound. Myers open. Shot doesn't go. Ball's tipped. Scramble on the floor. Holman will come up with it. And that is going to end our third quarter. Ball and players scrambling on the hardwood floor here at Botkins. Our third quarter score, Botkins 30, Minster 26. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We're certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
Kemmler Orthopedic Center is focused on a personalized, caring approach to treat all aspects of orthopedics, including total joint replacement, shoulder reconstruction, stem cell injections, and more. Dr. James Kemmler and Jed Cooney, certified PA, are dedicated to providing the best orthopedic care in the Grand Lake region. Kemmler Orthopedic Center has offices located in Salina and Van Wert, along with extended evening hours. To schedule an appointment, call our office at 419-586-5760.
Final 8 minutes underway from the Botkins Athletic Complex. Trojans with the basketball.
Trojans outscored the Wildcats 9-7 in the third quarter and did so shooting 18% from the field. Just 3 of 16 were the Trojans from the field, but they had some possessions today where they got multiple looks and ultimately scored after those multiple looks. I know one possession they took 4 shots, I believe, so that hurt the field goal percentage, but they were efficient. They outscored the Wildcats by 2, 9-7.
Carter Plyman handles the ball, moves into the lane, fadeaway, and he's got 12.
Tough to stop when he can handle the ball, kind of work himself down, wasn't double teamed, able to find his space. And like I said, a slight fadeaway makes it very difficult to defend. Colin Dosek picks up his second foul.
Nice shot by Carter Plyman. He's got 12, 6-point Botkins lead. Schwederman, a freshman, will toss it in for the Wildcats. Gets it back out to Dylan Watercutter.
As I mentioned, Botkins took 16 shots in the third quarter. Minster only took 8 shots. They made 3 of them for 37%, but committed 5 turnovers. So again, the turnover starting to hurt the Wildcats. Coach McClurg talked about handling the ball. They've turned it over, and there's going to be another one here in their first possession of the fourth quarter. That is their 15th turnover of the game. Botkins down for 6.
Carter Plyman says, let's run our offense here. Meyer out front, into the lane. The 5'5" junior brings it back out near the timeline in center court. Plyman double team back over to Dosek. Nice look. Shot doesn't fall, but good hustle by Berger. Turnaround jumper is good. Brant Berger, that's a real hustle play, Jeff.
Boy, that is right. It's a big offensive rebound. Not only do they get the board, but Berger puts it right back up and in. This is now their biggest lead of the game at 8.
Watercutter. Minster just looking for some offense. Inside, Albers will put it up and in, but we've got a foul before that.
Colin Dosek now his 3rd foul. And you're right, they need some points here offensively. They've only had 2 free throw attempts all night. They missed both of them back in the first half, second quarter. So a chance here to put some points on the board, 2 free throws.
And the free throw's good. As we said at the very start of tonight's broadcast, for Minster, you're missing 2 starters in Steffi and Niemeyer, and Bobcats have given it all that they can here so far, though. Second free throw is good, but comes down to this point in time in a game, and missing somebody like Brogan Steffi is
good
a
defense
big player to miss.
It is, and Minster's battled back. They've hung in there. Noah Schwederman steps in the passing lane to get the turnover against the Trojans.
Ball tipped around. Rebound, Dosek. He's going to take it inside, puts it up. Shot no good. Albers with the rebound. 5.5 to go. Minster trying to cut into this 6-point Botkins lead. There's the steal by Dosek.
Good hustle play by Colin Dosek. And again, back and forth. It's each team kind of trading turnovers here the past couple possessions.
Coming up on 5 minutes. Berger back over to Herzog. There's Dosek wide open. Missed the shot. Got a whistle and going to be a foul away from the basketball. That's going to go against Brant Berger.
His second foul, and boy, Dosek got a nice look inside, but the 5'8" sophomore knew he had to hustle to get the shot off, and he just kind of rushed it a little bit. He was open, but there's a lot of timber around that area that wanted to swat it, rushed it, and they come up with no points. So possession here today for the Wildcats. They cut into a 6-point lead. They scored 2 free throws a couple possessions ago.
There's Cooney for 3. Hits the front of the iron, and Carter Plyman with a rebound. Back over to Meyer. Colton Plyman in the corner. Over to Carter Plyman. Cooney on him. Plyman wants to go to the baseline. Almost loses the ball. He'll pick it back up. Herzog. Back out to Dosek. Meyer. Plyman looking inside as Carter Plyman trying to post up. Herzog goes in the lane. Meyer will get it back out to Dosek. He'll come inside. Pushes it back out to Herzog. He'll shoot the 3. Shot no good, and rebound comes down to Noah Schwederman.
Long possession. Trojans, a lot of ball movement, a lot of passing, a lot of guys touch it. but one and done for the Trojans. Good job defensively by the Wildcats.
Cole Richard, nice move into the lane, but nothing for it. Kleiman, there's a reach from the backside. I think that's going to go on Schwederman.
His second team foul, number 4.
Minster is going to take a timeout. Our score with 3:39 left. Botkins 34, Minster 28. You're watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
We are here and here and here. Minster Bank is everywhere, providing every banking service that you need to keep your financial life in order. Whether you are on the go or stopping by one of our branches, Minster Bank is here for you. We proudly support the communities where you live. Minster Bank, helping people achieve financial success.
Unpack your potential with a career at Pratt Industries. Working at Pratt Industries is more than a job. It's a sustainable career.
Pratt Industries to me is a job. It's my career. It's the way I put food on my table, but I love what I do.
We offer competitive pay, excellent benefits, and opportunities for career advancement. To apply, visit careers.prattindustries.com.
Minster takes the timeout, trailed by 6.
I think Minster
And,
just needed.
we were talking about this during the break, and it's
Minster needed a break. I think they just needed to kind of focus here. They're trailing by 6, but I mentioned Botkins is like a half an inch away of blowing this thing, let's say, wide open, and Minster's a half an inch away of making a bucket and really putting some pressure on the Trojans. And here we're just kind of stuck. There's just been not real sure which team's going to take advantage of it. And Minster, they are playing hard. And a timeout, I think, just trying to give them some fresh legs.
Herzog, but there's Kleiman to put it back up and in. And we've got a timeout, 30-second timeout by Botkins. So it's 36-28 with 3:21 to go. So it will be interesting to see what this timeout brings. I'd like to remind everybody that Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Winners Meats, and NKTelco all bringing you tonight's game. All of our timeouts tonight brought to you by Precision Strip. Also would like to remind you that replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503, Thursday, December 15th at 7 p.m. and Sunday, December 18th at 3 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports.
Well,
Botkins takes the timeout.
They got a good execution off the Minster timeout. A nice backdoor cut and a follow-up missed shot there by Kleiman to put it in for his 14th point. And now it becomes a little bit more critical as an 8-point gap, and Minster struggled to score the ball recently.
There's the defensive play by Herzog. Lead pass, Kleiman. There's the 10-point lead.
6 1/4 for Kleiman.
Wildcats in trouble, and they're going to throw it away.
Remember I said a little bit, a minute and a half ago, Minster Botkins was a half inch away of, let's say, busting this game wide open. They've really come up big here in the past 3 or 4 possessions, scoring the ball, forcing some turnovers, and putting Minster in a big bind here with 2:46 left to play in the ball game.
Inbounds pass to Dosick. There's Carter Kleiman. Nice feed to Paul. Shot doesn't go, but Meyer will get the rebound. Botkins moved that ball all the way up court without putting it on the hardwood.
They did, and unfortunately for Paul, he had some timber coming at him. He had to, I think, make the right decision, almost use the rim to help shield it from the defender, but it made a difficult shot. He missed it. But yeah, that was a snap, crackle, and pop. That's how you break a press. You swing it, and you got guys that are strong enough to snap it, and they took advantage of it.
Inside feed.
Boy, nice execution there. A big bucket for the Wildcats. Coach McClurg take a timeout.
Schwederman with the bucket.
No, Sharp. Sharp it was.
Oh,
32.
Sharp, excuse me.
Caleb Sharp.
Caleb Sharp. Yeah, Caleb Sharp with the basket. That's going to make it 38-30, and we'll keep it right here. And
Minster does have 14 fouls, so I don't know you have to start fouling right away. You got some time left. You've got over 2 minutes to play, but Minster 14 fouls. So if they want to foul and put Minster at the line, oh, by the way, Minster shot very well. They are 11 of 13 from the free throw line, so they haven't been shooting poorly from the line, but if you want to put Minster on the line, you've got to foul him a few more times to do that.
Yeah, there's, 4 fouls?
For the Trojans, or against Minster. Botkins with 6, but Minster's going to try to put some pressure on. Now, Botkins was a warm knife through hot butter, or hot knife through warm butter. They went through the press pretty well. You know what I meant, right?
That's correct. The last couple of times they've done well against the press.
But they did not score, though. They broke it down, but didn't score. And
that's correct.
The only thing that really matters.
Got Carter Plyman with the basketball. That's always a safe move. Back over to Dosick. Plyman will have it. Clock coming up on 2 minutes. 8-point lead for Botkins. Herzog runs the cut inside, and let's see what the call is.
I believe number 14, Watercutter, Dylan Watercutter. His fourth. What's nice when Carter Plyman got rid of the basketball, he moved, went to the opening. It was an easy target to get the ball right back. He didn't stand where he threw it from. He passed and moved when the defense went to double team. Made it real easy for his teammates to get the ball right back to him.
Herzog double team. Tries to get it to Meyer. It's going to be a loose ball. Still loose. Dosick somehow comes up with it.
So really no turnover, but boy, Minster's putting the body's on the ball right now, forcing the Trojans to hopefully throw an errant pass, and they almost came up with a turnover. Minute and a half to play.
Trojans trying to move the ball. Here comes Carter Plyman. There's the reach and the foul, and that's going to go against Caleb Sharp.
He's going to foul out. I mentioned he might get a personal foul setting a screen. He'll get his 5th one here, kind of, if you will, fouling Plyman to stop the clock, maybe the 6th foul against the Wildcats here in the second half.
Minute 28 to go on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard.
Sharp does foul out with 2 points. Those came here in about the last bucket. The Wildcats scored against the Trojans was a bucket from Sharp. He finished the night with 2 points.
And Botkins will inbound it underneath their own basket. Dosick to one corner and Meyer to the other as Carter Plyman will throw it in. Comes back out to Meyer, and he's going to be fouled by Cole Richard.
His 2nd, team 7th. J.J. Meyer, 2 points on the night. Those came back in the second quarter. A 1+1 for him at the foul line.
Meyer steps to the line. His team up by 8 points. Looking to try and put this one away for Botkins.
His brother Jamison, part of last year's squad.
Front end of the 1-and-1 missed. Albers with the rebound. Watercutter back to Albers. Albers looks to the corner. Richard will shoot the 3. Shot no good. And Carter Plyman will go up and grab that rebound.
8 points down. The Wildcats stay, and shots not dropping here in the fourth quarter. Remember, they shot 70% in the first quarter. They scored 16 points in the first 8 minutes. Since that time, they put up 14, and the shooting has really gone cold for the Wildcats.
Plyman will knock this one in. 17 points on the night.
7 of 8 from the free throw line. He's had a big fourth quarter, 7 points here, 7 of his 17 here in the final 8 minutes.
Second free throw also good, and there's the 10-point lead as we come up on a minute to go. Watercutter, Richard over to the right side. Watercutter will shoot the 3, but there's Plyman again with the rebound. Back out to Herzog. And a foul by Albers with 61 seconds left here. Albers picks up foul number 3.
Jordan Herzog to the free throw line. Herzog 4 points in the ball game. Those 4 came back in the third quarter. Minster has outscored. Botkins has outscored Minster 10-4 here in the quarter, make it 11-4.
Herzog connects. Trojans knocking down the free throws here.
Yeah, they came into the quarter 11 of 13. They've only missed a couple here.
Cooney will grab the rebound. Richard will have it.
Minster with a couple timeouts left. If they can score, look for them to call a quick timeout.
Water cutter back over to Albers. He's going to try his hand and hit it. Timeout, Minster. The big guy comes out well beyond the arc and connects, and it makes it 41-33 with 44.6 seconds remaining.
Well, Albers, you said he stepped out. He did. His first bucket of the game was in the paint, and his last shot here was a couple feet beyond the three-point range. He's just a freshman. They're going to look for him to, play big minutes, which he's done tonight. He's done a nice job, and again, he's been well defended, but he's had to work for his shots. But a bright future for Cole Albers, the 6'7" freshman.
Yeah, he has 5 points, and Minster takes the timeout, find themselves trailing by 8. So I'd like to remind you that tonight's game will be replayed on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Replays will be Thursday, December 15th at 7 p.m. and Sunday, December 18th at 3 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. And, of course, all timeouts tonight, including this one, brought to you by Precision Strip. Botkins will inbound it, and Jordan Herzog will toss it in.
Nine team fouls for the Trojans, so if they don't get a quick steal, they will foul. Now it'll be a 2-shot opportunity, and boy, ultimately, why is it the best player always seems like he gets his hands on the ball? They don't foul Plyman, but time continues to run off.
And they'll foul Paul with 34 seconds left. That'll be Ian Holman with the foul.
Paul, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Those are back in the second quarter, his only points of the game.
And connects on the free throw. (42-33). Second free throw, also good. Lead back to 10 points. Final seconds of this one. Cole Richard. Shot no good. Paul with a rebound. He'll get it to Meyer. Meyer's going to be fouled by Watercutter. Clock will stop with 21.2 seconds left here at the Botkins Athletic Complex. Andy Peppelman, number 2, will come into the lineup as Watercutter fouls out with 21 seconds remaining. Meyer a little frustrated with himself after that missed free throw. Second free throw is good. 11-point advantage for Botkins. Connects on that one, and it's 45-33 Botkins on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Cole Richard, top of the arc. He'll connect. Timeout, Minster. That'll be a 30-second timeout, and Cole Richard, he's got 14 on the night.
He's hit 4 3-point shots. He's taken 9, so 4 for 9, not a bad percentage, and also had a 2-point bucket. He's done what he can, if you will, to help the Minster offense stay close. Here at the end, though, too much Botkins Trojans, too much free throw shooting, and just a spread, if you will, growing too much that the Minster can't climb back in this. They've tried, they've battled, no doubt about it.
11.9 seconds remain. And the Trojans just need to toss it in. It'll go to Carter Plyman. And he'll move it across the timeline. That's pretty much going to be it. He'll hang on to the basketball. The two teams will exchange congratulations. We've got a final score here from Botkins. Botkins 45, Minster 36. We'll be back with our recap in just a moment. You are watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
Whether you do business from a corner store or a corner office, there is one asset your business cannot do without: the internet. Everything from sales and marketing, training and shipping, PR, HR, and R&D, your business relies on a fast, reliable, and secure connection. And now, it's more important than ever to partner with an internet provider you can trust. Get Flight Fiber for Business, backed by local tech support from NKTelco. Call today.
Back here at Botkins, Trojans win their first contest of the season in the home opener. 45-36, hard-fought game over the Minster Wildcats. Wildcats jumped out to a 16-10 lead in the first quarter, but Trojans took the lead at halftime, 21-19. Then had the third quarter lead at 30-26 before winning 45-36. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for tonight's contest. Keyhole Pizza, First National Bank, Precision Strip, Emerson Climate Technologies, Carriage Works, Grand Lake Health, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric Automation, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, Pratt Industries, Winners Meats, and NKTelco. Our keys to the game tonight brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank, think first. Starting lineup sponsor, Emerson Climate Technologies. Timeout sponsor, Precision Strip. Our player of the game sponsor, NKTelco. We'll get to that in just a moment. Additional sponsors, Burke Petroleum, Chiltech LLC, Cy Schwedeman Incorporated, Dickman Supply, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Park National Bank, SecureCom, St. Henry Bank, and Wilson Health. Also like to remind you that tonight's game will be replayed on NKTelco Channel 3 or in HD on Channel 503. Thursday, December 15th at 7 p.m. and Sunday, December 18th. Sunday, December 18th at 3 p.m. You can also watch more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. Now to take a look at our numbers here for tonight's Botkins win over Minster, all brought to you by Wagner's IGA. Jeff, Minster hung tough without a couple of starters, and they gave Botkins all they can handle, but the Trojans pulled away there, and really late in the end of the third quarter and even more so in the fourth quarter.
Yes, it was a much closer game than this 9-point deficit, as Botkins eventually opens up the game a little bit by 6 or 7 points, and that's kind of where we finished at 9. But Minster battled, and it's kind of interesting. You look at the final numbers here. Minster actually shot 38% from the field. Not a bad percentage. Botkins shot 25% from the field. We'll break it down this way. Minster over their 38%. They were 8 of 22 from 2-point range, 6 of 14 from 3-point range, a total of 14 of 36 from the field, a decent 38%. Botkins just 25% from the field. They were 9 of 29 from 2-point range and 3 of 18 from 3-point range, and a total of just 12 of 47, 25%. You'd think, boy, if you looked at that number, which team won? You'd think that Minster would have the 38% shooting, but Botkins at 25% shooting. They came up big on offensive rebounding. They had 11 offensive rebounds. I had at least 6 or 8 points coming on those opportunities, so they turned misses into points on that possession. That was key, and another key stat was turnovers. Botkins finishes the game with just 7 turnovers. Minster committed 17, so those 10 extra turnovers by the Wildcats, took away scoring opportunities, and Botkins did enough right things positively, and they also cashed in from the free throw line. The other major difference here of the ball game, Botkins 18 of 22 from the free throw line. Also in the fourth quarter, 10 of 12. So they hit him, quote, when they mattered the most, but throughout the game, 18 of 22 from the free throw line for Botkins. Minster just 2 of 4, so did not get the volume shots. Granted, Minster had to foul Botkins late, put him on the line to force some of those volume shots, but Botkins took advantage of it. 18 of 22 from the free throw line to help make up for that poor 25% field goal shooting. Individual scoring leaders for the Minster Wildcats. Cole Richard leads the Cats with 14, 7 from Dylan Watercutter, 6 from Logan Cooney, 5 from Cole Albers, and 2 apiece from Caleb Sharp and Ian Homan, their total of 36. For the Botkins Trojans, Carter Plyman leads all scorers tonight with 18 points in the game, 2, 4, 6, 8 of those in the fourth quarter, and he was 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Key part of that 18 of 22 mark that the Trojans put in the books from the foul line. 18 for Plyman, 5 from Colin Dosek, 3 from Ryland Paul, 4 from J.J. Meyer, 8 from Brant Berger, 5 from Jordan Herzog, 2 from Colton Plyman, their total of 45.
And Botkins win number 1 on this season, and we talked about it earlier. It took a while for them to get started, not playing until December, and mainly because they have all those teams, football schools playing in the playoffs. But Trojans come away under head coach Phil Groves with a hard-fought 9-point win for Minster. And the Wildcats, very young squad. You got people that are going to be coming back,
that'll help,
getting healthy, and it's just a matter of time, really. They just have to be patient. The Wildcats played their hearts out. There's no doubt about that. They made a run at them. Boy, the first quarter, 16-10, the Wildcats were, really shot the ball.
Yeah, they shot 70%, 7 of 10 from the field in that first quarter, and then the balance of the game didn't shoot very well at all percentage-wise and really struggled to score the ball. Took them 3 more quarters to score 20 points when they scored almost 20 in the first quarter with 16. But that happens, and they're not the only team that will have those spells. That's something that, let's say, average teams run into and can't get out of. Good teams find a way to shorten those dry spells and make those scoring droughts minimal and do more positive things with getting points on the board. And that's, in the long run, the long story short, that's what makes the difference, is getting points on the board.
And our player of the game tonight, all brought to you by NKTelco, and kind of hard to not give it to Carter Plyman. Carter, a senior, played so very well the last few years, and tonight he showed that senior leadership really in the last quarter, made his free throws, did some good, solid, fundamental things right when Botkins needed it the most, and helped them to this 9-point win.
Yeah, 18 points, shot 8 of 9 from the free throw lines we mentioned. Didn't shoot well from the field, just 5 of 13, but he's going to have everyone's best defensive player on him this year. He's the head of the snake. But he did some other things I mentioned throughout the game. Even when Minster was double-teaming, when he got rid of the ball, he immediately moved to where he knew where the opening was at, and it was a simple bounce pass back to him, and he had it back in his hands. He's not a ball hog, but you want that guy to touch the ball as much as possible. He makes things happen. He had some great passes in that press breaker that he sees the floor. Diagonal passes were key. Just does a lot of good things, and he's going to face everyone's best defender. And really, I think they shut him down. You'd say, boy, you tip your hat off. You only have him 11 points going into the fourth, or 10, but he had a big fourth quarter and really held his composure and kept his guys, if you will, in line. And when things were kind of tough to start with, they battled through it, like you said, and the team came through and forced some turnovers, and that really helped the Wildcats prevail in their home opener.
And Carter Plyman, our player of the game, all brought to you by NKTelco. That's going to do it for us from the Botkins Athletic Complex. Once again, our final score, Botkins 45, Minster 36. I'm Dave Helmstetter. With me tonight, Jeff Henson. You have been watching high school basketball on NKTelco Sports.